welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora, life coach and companion on this beautiful journey called life. Here from Mexico, the Baja, sharing some ocean sounds with you and some really good vibes. Last time I talked about the importance of keeping an open heart and how keeping an open heart will make you feel less lonely, more connected to your environment, the people around you, even your decisions, because you will make decisions from a place of authenticity, a place that feels true, is true to yourself. And today I want to talk about how you can keep an open heart, because it's one thing to say it is important to have an open heart, but maybe you realize pretty quickly, at least this is how it was for me, that your heart isn't as open as you wish it could be. So when you look at your daily life, when you look at all the thoughts you have, the people you interact with, your job, your home, usually there's things coming up, stuff coming up, people coming up with stuff that doesn't really either feel good, or you have opinions and judgments about something or someone. And it is those little things that help us to close our heart. Let me explain this through a couple of examples here. Let's say you get up in the morning, you didn't have a good night's sleep, you're struggling to feel motivated for the day, and the first message that you see when you open up your phone is a message from a relative about a task that you have failed to accomplish yesterday. And here goes your day. You had low energy to begin with. All you needed to hear was a sweet good morning and a hot cup of coffee. And it is quite the opposite that you received when opening your phone. So your heart was a little bit closed already because you didn't have a good night's sleep for whatever reason, roaming thoughts or noise outside, animals, music from other people. And then something else comes and your heart gets even more closed up. And then you go to the grocery store and the grocery clerk doesn't make eye contact with you, barely says hello, and there is another thing that gives you a reason to close up your heart. And so your day goes on, and by the end of the night, when your spouse comes home, by the end of the day, all you feel like doing is being shut down, not communicating, and they might be in a very different place and very happy to see you, and you just can't connect with them because your heart is closed. So all these little things that happen throughout our day are annoying. I get this. But what I'm learning right now is to change my judgment and resistance towards these things that are annoying, these things that are unpleasant, to either brush them off, write them down and address them later, or address them right away if you know how to react, respond in a healthy way. And to always keep in mind, in heart, that you want to keep your heart open at all cost. And so this is what I invite you to do over the next couple of days, is that whenever something comes up that doesn't feel good, that is not in alignment with your opinions, your values, with what you think, how things should be, take a moment, observe what is, feel into your heart, and make sure that whatever you do, your heart stays open, that those little things don't get to bother you to a point where you would shut down at the end of the day, or even midday if it's enough stuff that accumulates. To let go constantly. And I don't need to know you on a deeper level. I know that all human beings tend to cling on to things, how things should be, how things should not be. And we can all let go a little bit more. And we can do that through conscious self-talk, where we tell ourselves that things will fall into place. Right now, it's not awesome. We will take measures to change it, but we will do it from a place of relaxation and heart drive, so to say. So to learn to deal with discomfort and how things should be, how things should not be, from a place of compassion and forgiveness, and at the same time knowing that if we do this, we also help ourselves to keep our heart open. Because when you close your heart, this is when people can't reach you and help you. This is where you can't feel other people, and you can all of a sudden feel extremely disconnected and in pain because of disconnection. So constantly checking in with yourself and letting go. What did upset you that you're still clinging on to, that still has power over how you feel about yourself, life, and other people? And what can you let go? Maybe you're starting a business and you wish that people would support you more, and it's frustrating because they're not. They're dealing with their own stuff, and you feel alone and unsupported and uninspired, and you need others to give you an energy boost. Well, maybe have compassion with others and know that they're all dealing with their own struggles, insecurities, and pains, and are trying to make a life for them. And of course, when you ask for help, they might be so involved in their thing that they can't be there for you right now, but maybe in a month or two. So for you to keep the big picture in mind and not just your small opinions, assumptions, and limited beliefs, so to say, how life should be, you can help yourself out in easing the pain and suffer less, because you allow life to flow through you. You allow discomfort to go through you. You don't try to fight it. You don't try to judge it. You allow it to be there for a moment and just see what it is and how you can deal with it. How you can start talking to a person who has annoyed you in the past and you're still clinging on to the pain, to resolve the pain, or how you can make peace with them without contacting them, which is possible too. But to cling on to regret and the past and how things have been will not serve you. It will just keep your heart closed and make it even more difficult for you to enjoy life in the present moment. And then the mind usually gets really, frustrated or uncertain or indulgent with thoughts about the future, like how things should be in the future, how we want to feel in the future, the things we want to accomplish in the future. And if we get too narrow-minded because of a closed heart, we will suffer tremendous disappointments. If we think that life is only a one-way street, if we think there's only one lifestyle that is okay to live by during your lifetime, you will get hurt because change is inevitable. And if we all know that, I feel we should all also be okay with letting go more, letting things flow more, and sometimes seeing obstacles as opportunities for things that are actually meant for us. I'm always surprised by people who make decisions who know themselves barely, and then the decision or the goal, so to say, fails, and they get so upset. And a couple months later, when I talk to them, a new opportunity has come, and it would have never happened if that first job, let's say, or that first relationship or that first thing before the obstacle had taken place. And they're happy now and say, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't take that job. I'm so glad I didn't enter that relationship, because now I'm way happier than I could have been. Don't get me wrong, life can be pretty harsh and shitty at times and throw you tremendous pain and suffering in the way. But most of the time when we don't get what we want, it wasn't meant for us. It wasn't the thing that we need, the person that we need, the situation that we need. It was something that we wanted and couldn't get to, and then just let it go. But our resistance to clinging on to a certain idea, a certain situation or person, is what actually makes us suffer the most. It is your fear, all the thoughts and all the what ifs and all the I don't want to, that close you up and make you suffer. And it can be the little things, the very little things in a restaurant when you order something and the wrong dish comes out, or it's a different version of what you wanted to order. And then observe yourself, how your mind will totally drain your energy just because the things are not like you wanted them, you expected them to be. So keeping an open heart, keeping an open mind, knowing that change will always be part of life and there's nothing you can do about it, just like with taxes and death, is extremely important. I think in the next episode I want to talk about death and how in our society death is something we fear, something that we reject, and something that we don't want anything to do with. And here in Mexico, I'm learning that they approach it very differently. There is 2 days of the year dedicated to the death. And it is in November, and it is 2 days where people celebrate the people that have passed on. And I think this is incredibly beautiful. Like if I knew I could celebrate the people that I miss in my life, that I lost to death, it would give me so much healing. And maybe we can learn from that and be, open to that possibility. But let's see. Maybe I'll talk about something else. But maybe it is about death and how death is the teacher of all juicy things in life. All right. I'm going to leave you with this. As always, much love and respect for being on this journey of self-discovery and healing and growth. I love connecting with you. I love people who want more out of life than just, autopilot living. It's incredibly powerful to have this little podcast here and to connect with you from all over the world. So yeah, keep on shooting me messages and connecting with me because I love that, and I'm excited to meet you if we haven't met yet. I'm gonna leave you with that. Until next time, bye bye.